Hi, this is Dean from Worldwide Trekking, and today I'm going to talk about Kilimanjaro and answer the question, how hard is Kilimanjaro to climb? We get a lot of people that ask us that question, of course, and we also have a lot of people that consider Kilimanjaro as an easy walk up, an easy climb, and it is difficult. It is achievable. So I can explain that in a lot of ways. And I think Kilimanjaro got the reputation as an easy walk up long ago when elite mountaineers like Reinhold Messner and Scott Fisher first started to go to Africa to climb Kilimanjaro. Not technical, and a mountain at 19,300 feet for an elite mountaineer, quite an easy achievement. But for an everyday average person that wants to go to Tanzania and have an amazing experience climbing one of the seven summits of the world, climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, it is something to be taken seriously. So I think you can look at Kilimanjaro knowing that it's not technical. You don't need any special equipment like crampons or ice axes or climbing ropes, but you do have to climb to 19,341 feet in 5 days. We summit on the fifth night. So it's something that needs to be trained for, and following the gear list is very important. So at Worldwide Trekking, all of our trips have an activity rating. We have easy active, which would be like a safari or a sailing trip, something that's adventuresome but not very active. Then we would have a moderate trip, like a Southern Utah hiking trip or a trip in the Alps hiking, where on a moderate trip, you're not at as high of an altitude, and you oftentimes could take a day off or shorten a hike, things like that. On Kilimanjaro, we have a strenuous rating. And the reason that we have a strenuous rating is because you don't have flexibility in your schedule. After the first day at the first camp, you need to go the second day from 10,000 feet to 12,500 feet and make it to the second camp, and then on to the third camp and the fourth camp and to the summit. So you don't have flexibility unless there's an emergency situation, of course. But to typically do the climb, you have to climb day after day and stay on your schedule. So our strenuous rated trips typically have 5 to 8 hours of activity per day, with hikes approximately 8 miles on mountainous, exposed terrain with steep ascents and descents on uneven trails, oftentimes exceeding 14,000 feet. So on Kilimanjaro, after the second night, you're camping at 12,500 feet, going over 15,000 feet, camping at 13,000 feet for 2 nights. And our highest camp on Kilimanjaro is 16,000 feet. So those camps, where the body takes rest and you have to be comfortable, need to be taken seriously. Trips rated strenuous have less flexibility in the daily schedule, and guests on these adventures should follow a training routine prior to their departure for a better experience, of course. Following our gear list is also really important. So I think that Kilimanjaro is something that a person that's in good shape, that is healthy, that has the desire to train, to prepare themselves to go take on a mountain climb like Kilimanjaro seriously, can be done in more than 100 climbs in Tanzania with hundreds and hundreds of people on our trips. I've had very few people not make the summit, and I've had many people tell me that it's the hardest thing they've ever done in their life. So for me, it's a pleasure to be a part of something like their achievement that they work so hard for and in the end accomplished. So Kilimanjaro is a strenuous climb. It is difficult for many of the people that set out to do it. But the good news is it's achievable if you prepare yourself and train and get ready to take on the challenge to climb Kilimanjaro at 19,341 feet, one of the seven summits of the world and the highest point on the African continent. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and contact us if you have any questions. It really helps us out.